not sure who's going to see this wonderful video. I don't usually ham it up very much when it comes to video. I don't consider myself to be very photogenic, and I shy away from the lens as much as possible. But here we are making a video of our new forever home in Coronation, Alberta. This is my lovely wife, Marianne. And this is the Coronation Recreation Park, which is just up the road from us. It's about 1.5 kilometers, and I can say that with all certainty because I run up here sometimes in the morning. So this is the Coronation Recreation Park, about 1.5 kilometers from where we live. We're going to take you inside and show you some of the wonderful features of this nice park here in the heart of the Alberta prairies. Yes, we are. So you can see here, and this is part of our park. It's a nice spot to come and bring the family and yeah, have a lot of fun here at the Coronation Pond, which is part of the Coronation Recreational Park in the town of Coronation, where Marianne and I and Emily make our forever home. And I certainly hope my wonderful mother-in-law is seeing this nice video, because I want her to see where we've made our forever home.
Wow, look at those shady benches so that you can watch your children right here. This nice playground.
So here we are again, folks, at the campground. This is the entrance kind of the camp. And behind us here is a little area where you can take your children and into the playground. And then I'm standing in front of the sign that shows you all the different fees and the different kind of arrangements for the camp area. And it's a real nice place to be. And it's way, way cheaper than the Holiday Inn. Way cheaper than the Holiday Inn. And not only is it cheaper than the Holiday Inn, but it's in the great outdoors, and it's in one of the nicest places in the entire world here in Coronation, Alberta. Coronation is the place to be because it's so nice here. And I expect we've been here when there's been snow on the ground, and it was pretty nice then, but it's pretty nice right now. So yeah, we'll continue on our tour of the recreation area and some of the other important features of Coronation, Alberta, and we'll have a big time. We'll catch you on the next little clip. So this is the Coronation Pond, which is in this lovely recreation area here. And Emily's going to zoom in over here on my beautiful bike. This is my beautiful Reebok bike that Emily bought me. It's a 21-speed Reebok, and it runs not too well. It's in serious need of a serious tune-up, but that's what we bike around on. And everybody else has a bike too, but mine's the prettiest and the best, of course, because that's the kind of person I always get the best. So here in the background here you can see our beautiful pond where we can catch 5 trout or 3 pike, as long as, I think you have to have a fishing license in Alberta, although I don't really know. I haven't gone fishing in many years, since Emily was little. So then there's a little fountain in there, and Emily's going to move forward here so you can get a better panoramic view of this wonderful pond area. Now, this is not Lake Simcoe. I get it. And it's not Head Lake either, for that matter, but it's a pretty nice little pond here in our little town here in east central Alberta. Alberta's not really known for its tremendous waterways, so to have a little place like this is really nice. And if I still own my green canoe that I had when I was a young lad. There's a little dock down here that I could pitch my canoe into and paddle around this pond for as long as I could take the sun, which isn't very long because I'm a fair-skinned person and I get pink and red very quickly indeed. But that's another story for another day. We're gonna travel on through this nice park and show you some of the other important features. And Jerry, you pay attention now because this is important that you see all these wonderful sights that we're showing you where Mary Ann and I and Emily are living in our forever home here in beautiful East Central Alberta. So here we are at down at the pond. We're on the dock. Emily and I. Emily's the camera person, and here you can get a nice view of our pond and some of the nice grasses that grow around the pond. And over there on my extreme left, facing you, are some goosies who are deciding if they want to go for a swim or not, I suppose. So, yeah, this is the pond. It's not real big, but it's not real small. It's pretty nice, I'd say.
I think it's a pretty nice spot. I mean, if I was into camping, I would come camping here. I actually think that my oldest daughter and son-in-law and my grandchildren should come camping here. Maybe stay for a few days and come and have a barbecue with us, you know.
What is it about
That's just my thought.
What is it about camping you don't like, Mary Ann Crocker?
It's the little middle of the night trips.
Say no more. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. We continue our tour of this beautiful recreation area here in Coronation, Alberta. Did I mention this was in Coronation, Alberta? And we'll tell you sometime why it's called Coronation, Alberta, in case Emily hasn't already disclosed that piece of important information. But here we have washrooms, including shower area for those of you who love to go camping, or at least are prepared to go camping, because having washrooms and a shower in a campsite is kind of a nice feature to have, I would think, here in this nice campsite. And we're going to now continue on our tour and show you that this campsite not only accepts trailers, tent trailers, but you can also go tenting here as well if that's your particular flavor of camping. If tenting is your thing and sleeping on the ground in a sleeping bag or on a ground sheet with a mat and blankets, you can do that here too. And you can have a shower, use the facilities as well. Behind us here in the campground, right behind the campground, is the Coronation Pro Rodeo grounds. And I'm sorry, I'm not a rodeo person, so I don't know when the rodeo is. It's sometime in August, I think.
July 6th.
Oh, July 6th and 7th, I'm being told by my partner, Mary Ann, who's over there hiding from the camera. So we'll show you some of this later on, but our main focus here is really showing you this nice campground. But I suppose if you come here that time of year, you can stay here in the campground and take in the rodeo if that happens to be your interest. I'm not really too crazy about seeing animals running around and bucking people on the ground, but some people are. So here we're going to continue our journey now on to a different area of the park. So here we are at the life jacket loaning station. So this little park's even thought of, you know, the minor little details, like making sure that the children are safe if they're going in the water to paddle around, and you can get a life jacket and then take it back when you're done with it at this particular point of the venue. So there you go, and we're going to continue on our journey, and I certainly hope that everybody in Bonnion land and in Clugston land is enjoying this wonderful video that we're putting together to display all the features of this wonderful recreation park, which is located in Coronation, Alberta. Alberta is the place to be, and it's the land of the home and the free, or something like that. So we're going to be free up the road a bit more. I noticed that Marianne and I are sitting on our wonderful bikes while we are giving you this amazing tour of the Coronation Recreation Park campground, a dam and pond area where you can go fishing and where you can enjoy the great outdoors. Look at the beautiful cloud array behind me here at the three flags on this canoe. This canoe reminds me of that old canoe that I used to have when I was on a boiling light was green. Mentioned Tamarack Lake all those many years ago and sail around, well, paddle around Tamarack Lake when we were young. I barely remember actually, but we were young once. So I had all these things of gray hair. I still have my hair, but it's, you know, like a wildly different color than it used to be. So this is kind of the end of the campground area, and we're not going to invade anybody's privacy, but as our camera person does a little panoramic view up the road, you'll notice that there are people that are tenting here, so we can do all these different functions here at the campground. We can tent, we can pull in the big rig if you happen to have like a fifth wheel, or you can bring in your tent trailer, whatever you happen to have that you want to camp in. They'll probably let you camp under the stars if that's your preference, but I'm not sure in Alberta you'd want to do that because you just never know when it's going to rain. And as someone told me years ago, it's always windy in Alberta, and pretty much it is. In fact, every night we kind of get the wind comes up and blows our hair off and all of the cardboard boxes off our porch that we're trying to carefully collect to give back to my wonderful son-in-law. So here you have it, folks. This is the great campground, and you ought to come out here to Coronation, Alberta, and enjoy the beautiful nature paths, nature walks, and all the sights you can see. We live way over there where you see that water tower. And whenever I go for my morning run, because this is the prairies, I always can keep that water tower in my view. And that way I always know where to go to get home in case I forget. And I am getting more forgetful as time goes on. So look here, this is something I didn't know was in here, but you can see the Coronation RC Model Club for flying small little airplanes is also located here at the end of the campground, which I think is a nice touch. If you happen to be into that particular venue of activity, you can do that here as well. At least you can come and see the airplanes lifting off the ground. And then if you'll panoramic view over towards my right, you'll see that there are, we're kind of at the end of the pond over here, and it's still pretty nice, and there's still campgrounds, and people do some tenting in here, and you can see there's some motorhomes in here. There's another set of washrooms in here. So there's all kinds of fun things you can do here. And by the way, if my wonderful sister ever happens to see this video, you'd be more than welcome to come out here to Coronation, Alberta. Did I mention that's where we are, in Coronation, Alberta? Because that's where we are, this little town in east central Alberta. And it's a really cute place, a real nice place to be. And come on out and visit and set a spell, and we'll put on the kittle. Yeah.
We also spoke to a woman who works at the grocery store here in Coronation.
Which grocery store was that, Marianne?
Coronation AG Foods.
Oh, wow.
And she told us that the Coronation Camping Park, Recreation Park here was one of the best in all the prairies. It was one of the most sought after places for people to camp. It's a very busy place. So now that we've ridden through it, we can see why.
And we would appreciate all those Burtons, Crockers, Clugstons, Onions to take a look at this and take a little trip out here to Coronation, Alberta to visit your outlaws. I mean, your outlaws will have a big time there. And you can see this is sort of the end of our pond that you're probably seeing right now. This beautiful day here. This is a midweek because some of you may know that I have sort of officially almost semi-retired, and I'm living out here about 3 hours or so away from the big city, actually the two major big cities here in Alberta, Edmonton and Calgary. So I'm due east of both of those places, about 3 hours, and it's a real nice place to live, and it's our forever home here in Alberta, and it's nice. Yeah, real nice. In a different road and see if we can get a little more information about the rodeo. I mean, while we're here, we might just as well show you that as well. I mean, we're showing you all the other wonderful features of living here in Coronation. So we'll show you this little feature too, in case this happens to be your particular bent in life. Showing you about the airplane club, the radio controlled airplane club. That's at the opposite end here where we are right now. And there you can see, this gives you a full view of the size of the pond. Now I get it, compared to a different jurisdiction standards, this is probably not a huge pond, but for Alberta, this is really a nice spot. There's a little, we're sitting on the area where the dam's located, and behind us is a little rivulet that runs out to, I don't know where, I don't know what it belongs to, but here we have our pond, and with our nice little windmill here, nice little feature, little touch. And then Emily's going to show you off in the distance there, you'll see a car riding down the road. That's the that's Regional Road 111, and that runs sort of, Coronation is wedged between Regional Road 111 on my right, and on the left hand side there's Highway 872, and then the main highway that runs through Coronation is Highway 12. So you can see the whole thing. As Emily pans behind her and me, you'll see the water tower, and that is where we live. So here we are. This is actually the entrance for the contestants for the rodeo. What I was showing you before, that big mound where the bleachers are, that's where the spectators go to watch the rodeo. So this road here, which is in behind the campground, this is where the contestants go in order to prepare themselves for their contest in the rodeo, whatever it might be. And I don't know enough about rodeos to know what kind of contests go on in them, but I guess there's riding bulls and there's roping steers and there's all that sort of thing, I suppose, whatever that means. And it all begins right here because no motor vehicles are allowed beyond this point right here. So there you have it. So this is where the rodeo campgrounds begin as far as contestants are concerned, and what I showed you before is where the rodeo grounds are when you're a spectator and you want to sit and watch whatever's going on. Now we're going to go on and show you some other features about this wonderful place where we live and make our forever home here in Alberta, the town of Coronation, Alberta. This is kind of the entrance to the park again, but I just wanted to show you this interesting walking path. And Coronation is kind of a progressive community because they have nature trails and they have walking paths, and of course they own this great recreation park that we've been showing you. So this is another interesting feature. And the nature trail, actually you can walk this way. There's signage there. There's two types of nature trail. I think one's a little more complicated than the other one, but this is part of it. This path here that you're seeing, it starts kind of at our house and comes up this way towards the recreation park. So again, if you look in the background there, you can see that water tower. Well, that's where we live. We live right in behind there. And then right in behind where we live is the beginning of this pathway, this pedestrian pathway and biking trail. So that's pretty nice here in Coronation, Alberta. We've been so engrossed in our viewing and presentation of this wonderful recreation park that we've become famished.
Right.
And
Is it in Coronation, Alberta?
I don't know really where we are. It's a good question. Oh yes, that's it. Coronation, Alberta. The prettiest place in East Central Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
And the nicest muffin you could ever imagine. Wow, look at all the raisins. So here we are, folks, as we continue our exploration and exposition of beautiful Coronation, Alberta. In behind me here is our Coronation Golf Club. This is a public golf club, so meaning anybody who wants to ante up a few dollars can go here and play golf. And I believe it is an 18-hole golf course. And by the way, for your information and edification, this golf course is also directly behind our home. So for those of you who like to play with little white balls on green grass and hit that ball with sticks, this is also available for you here in beautiful Coronation. Here is our participation park, which is right behind the golf course. It gives you opportunity to sort of, hang around if that's what you want. This also is available here for those who would like to participate in beautiful Coronation, Alberta. As you can see, gentle viewers, we had to come home for a couple of reasons. I was getting too much sun, and so I've had to provide some personal protection gear in the form of my beautiful straw tilly that you see me wearing now. Beautiful, isn't it? And we also had to come home and take care of some very important matters. So we're going to now disembark again and show you a few of the other highlights here of Coronation, Alberta. And as soon as we're done, we're going to pan around and show you the wonderful water tower that we live right behind or in front of, depending on your point of perspective. There it is. The beautiful water tower of Coronation, Alberta. And it even has the name of the town on it, in case you happen to forget where you are when you're out tootling around. So there you go.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll put you in.
Yeah, Lulu. She runs over for me to put her in the bike. Yeah, Lulu, we're going out again.